ignore the outside noise, and continue to push forward. It all comes down to mindset. And this was my very first time doing it, and I was able to go up against the giants in that industry, including some of the biggest agents in the world.
Paul Counts is our guest today on CallumConnects Micro-Podcast. Paul is the co-founder of Marketing Counts and an award-winning film producer.
Several years ago, I decided to venture into movie production and decided to produce a feature film. And it was through a partnership that I had made and that we had built up a business friendship and a business relationship for that year leading up to it. And what ended up transpiring was we ended up making the film. So I was told throughout the process that, hey, this is your first foray, not by this individual that I partnered up with, but I was told by outside influencers in the movie space that you're not going to be able to go SAG. So, we weren't going to be able to get union talent. They told me you can't cast a film. So it was my first film. They told me that I needed a full-fledged casting director. They said, you're not going to be able to get the right locations. They said, you're not going to be able to make a feature film in under 14 days. They said you can't make a feature film for under $75,000. Well, because of my stick-to-itiveness and my perseverance, we were able to accomplish every single one of those tasks. In fact, we filmed it for under $75,000. We finished the feature film in 13 days, under 14 days. We actually had SAG talent, including Disney Channel stars and people that have been in major motion pictures. We had amazing talent. We had over 1,000 people submit for the role. And we also had some of the best locations, including filming in downtown city areas for no money. So we were able to hurdle through all those. We were also told you can't film on the right equipment. You're not going to be able to film on the good film equipment at this rate. We were able to get our movie filmed on the red cameras, the industry standard cameras, the industry standard audio equipment because of grit and perseverance. And that was just a simple lesson in just being able to ignore the outside noise and continue to push forward. It all comes down to mindset. And this was my very first time doing it, and I was able to go up against the giants in that industry, including some of the biggest agents in the world, and actually get what we wanted for these certain actors and be able to go union with the very first film, all 100% because of mindset. Mindset is so important in business. Well, that is in itself a great success that we got it filmed. But what happened and transpired after the movie was an absolute disaster. So that partnership that I'd built, all the work that I'd put in, literally took a year off my marketing and info product creation business and went all in on this process. So I went all in on, making of the movie. And the problem is the person I was working with ended up taking a lot of money that we put in post-production. He kept saying we needed more money. So all the money that was put in ahead of time, plus all the money afterwards, plus ongoing legal fees, ended up amounting to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's just put it that way. And it's very frustrating because here we are years later, and it's been in and out of court. It's been an ongoing legal battle. But the one thing that I've learned through that is that if you maintain the right mindset, you can overcome those major setbacks. And the right mindset being that I'm not going to let this impact. It's water on a duck's back. You have to eventually let go of those, and you have to move forward with your own business. And you have to realize that you need to be, as an entrepreneur, you are going to face some of the craziest things in the world. It could be like I dealt with a partnership in this case that went completely south. It was complete fraud is what happened towards me. And I could take my ball and go home, but I kept pushing. I kept fighting. I did not dwell on it. I decided that I had no choice but to pick myself up. And during that time, I was also going through a personal struggle with a divorce. So I was going through dealing with a fraud and a divorce, and I was still able to achieve great success and actually launch a seven-figure business at that point and generate 7 figures in earnings with my business because I kept sticking out because I had no choice but to reinvent myself and make it work. And so sometimes you just have to have the right mindset to push through and make things happen.
If you enjoyed this podcast and would like to find more inspiring information about entrepreneurs around the world doing incredible things, make your way to enterprisezone.cc.